What's up guys, Zuriel King here. Should you be drinking with your meals? Well, I'm gonna show you a really cool, vivid example of why that's probably not a good idea, especially if you wanna feel great energetically as well as great in your tummy. So let's pretend that this strainer is your stomach. And normally, when you have water, what ends up happening is it goes right through, more or less. Nothing's impeding it. Now let's say that you decided to have some food. And I'm gonna use an example of tomatoes and carrots, which is obviously not the best example, but you can replace that with anything. It could be steak, it could be a smoothie, it could be any kind of foods that you're having in general. What ends up happening is, let's say you have all this food, and now it's sitting in your stomach because it takes some time to digest, right? So now let's say on top of this food, you decide to have a whole glass of water. Well, let's see what happens. Turn on our water. Now, it's going through, as you can see, okay? But the thing is that it's not going through at the same velocity. And what that means is that you are essentially creating a pool of liquid on top of your food. And if you've ever experienced bloating and gas, that's essentially one of the reasons that can happen. Now, what you want to do instead of having water on top of your food, right, where nothing is going through very quickly, is you want to start off your meals with your water or your other fluids. Now, by other fluids, I'm not talking about sodas and alcohol. Water is generally best. But again, you want this nice, easy flow right through your stomach, okay? So here's some simple strategies. If you have a glass of water before your meal, the benefit there is that studies have shown that it actually reduces your appetite, which is awesome, so you don't eat as much during the meal. Secondly, you can actually improve your digestive function by adding a little bit of lemon into your water before your meal, so that actually gets the digestive juices going, which is awesome. And if you have to drink during the meal, and we all do for add a little bit of kind of moisture, just sip on your water, okay? Don't take huge gulps. You shouldn't be drinking ice cold water either, because that will shut down the gastric glands in your stomach. So little sips throughout the meal. You don't want copious amounts sitting on top of your food, otherwise you're gonna really feel uncomfortable in your stomach. And remember, digestion is the most labor, energy intensive process in the body. So if you're digesting food a lot and your body's having to spend a lot of time digesting it, it's also wasting a lot of energy on that. Think back to Thanksgiving dinner, okay? You don't want to experience that on a daily basis. So drink before your food, with your food, little sips, and that's a really simple way to ensure that you feel energized throughout the day and you avoid those tummy pains that none of us like. So hope that helps. I'll see you in the next video.
A work day without the 3 p.m. slump, which is super important to me. I can have time for some self-care afterward and feel like playing with my daughter when I get home after a super long day instead of crashing on the couch and watching TV.